Dear children, we already know that force is the push or pull on an object. Now let us find out how this force is caused with the help of some activities. So our today's topic is forces are due to an interaction. Let us see some of the activities which help us to understand about the interaction of forces. So first one is a man standing behind a stationary car. Here you can see the picture. One car is there which is stationary and a person is standing, just simply standing behind the car. Do you think the car will move, children? No, it will not move unless and until a force is applied. Now let us see another situation. A stationary car being pushed by a man. So now again you see the picture, one car was there which was stationary before. Now that person started pushing it. Do you think the car will move now? Of course it will move, and it will move in the direction of applied force. So here movement or motion takes place due to interaction between the car and the person. Now let us see the third situation. Two girls, you can see in the picture, two girls are there. First try to understand what they are doing. Are they pushing each other or are they pulling each other? If you observe closely, you will understand that these two girls are trying to push each other. So both are applying force. So there is an interaction between the two girls. Now take another situation. Try to observe the figure carefully and find out whether they are trying to push each other or trying to pull each other. So after observation, we found that two girls are trying to pull each other. So both are rotating and trying to pull each other. So next one, you can see in this picture a man and a cow. So what they are doing? Are they pushing each other or are they pulling each other? So we understand that both are trying to pull each other. So what we conclude or what we infer from all these activities, children? We infer that at least two objects must interact for a force to come into play. Once again, at least two objects. Here you can see person and the car. Next one, two girls, and then cow and the man. So two objects must interact for a force to come into play. So what is our conclusion, children? We conclude that an interaction of one object with another object results in a force between the two objects. So I hope forces are due to an interaction. This topic is clear for you. Dear children, as you are aware that our topic is force. What is force? A push or pull on an object is called force. Let us try to explore more about force. Here, we will do with the help of some of the activities. First activity is pushing a heavy box. Here, instead of box, I have taken the heap of chairs. Now, let me try to push it alone. Am I able to do? No, it is not at all moving. Suppose, if I ask for help to someone, then will it move? Yes, it will move from one place to another. It is able to move if two are there. But, if the friend is not helping and trying to create hurdle for me, then let us see what happens. Instead of pushing from this side, if my friend starts pushing from this side, then do you think this heavy heap of chair will move from one place to another? No, it is not possible. So dear children, we understood that the force applied on an object in the same direction act to one another. Me and my friend both try to push from same side. We are able to move the heap of chairs. But from this side and my friend is pushing from this side, then the chair is not moving. This is because if two forces act in opposite direction of the object, the net total force acting on it is the difference between the two forces. So, there are many forces acting on the chair. There will be equal force, there will be opposite force also. So, dear children, we have seen that we can't push the heap of chair alone. If two are there and they are pushing in the same direction, we are able to do. But in opposite direction, it is not moving. The one who is having more energy can push it. So, let us try to see another activity, that is tug of war. Most of you might have played this game. And what happens, there are two teams and one rope is there. One mark is made in the center and on the rope, and two teams try to pull the ropes, and whichever team is able to pull it or has the most strength is the winner. So let us try to understand more about force. We conclude that the force applied on an object in the same direction add to one another. Once again, the force applied on an object in the same direction add to one another. It becomes more, strength becomes more, magnitude becomes more. Whereas if two forces act in the opposite direction of the object, one object is this side, one is this side, so opposite direction they are acting. So the net total force acting on it is the difference between the two forces. Once again, if two forces act in the opposite direction of the object, the net, that is the total force acting on it, is the difference between the two forces. And we have seen that more than one force acts on the object. It is sometimes equal force, sometimes opposite force, in the same direction or in the opposite direction. Then one force can be larger or smaller than the other. It is not that every time it should be equal force only. And the strength of the force is usually expressed by its magnitude. So what is magnitude? The strength of the forces. Force has both magnitude and direction. In the activity which we have done earlier, I was able to push the heap of chair in one particular direction by applying force. Next, the net force on an object is zero if the two forces acting on it in opposite direction. So, if two persons are trying to push it in opposite direction, one from that side, one from this side, then if they are equal, then the net force becomes zero. I hope that you understood about the topic exploring forces.